let's talk about AI weights. You've probably heard that a new AI has billions of parameters and found yourself wondering, what does that actually mean? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the most important part of that huge number, something called AI weights.
Right? You see these headlines all the time, some new AI drops, and it's got 70 billion parameters or even a trillion. It sounds super complicated, but what if I told you the basic idea is actually something you already get?
So, what are they? It really just boils down to numbers. The best way to think about AI weights is to picture millions of tiny little adjustment knobs. Each knob controls how much a piece of information matters to the AI's final decision. Some are cranked way up, others are dialed way down. And here's the part that makes everything click. These weights aren't just part of the AI, they are the AI. Seriously, when you download a model, what you're really getting is just one giant file packed with billions of these little numbers. That file, that's the AI's brain.
So how on earth does an AI figure out how to tune billions of these knobs just right? Well, that process is called training. And honestly, the best way to get it is to imagine you're a judge at a baking competition.
Think about it. Your first day on the job, you're pretty much guessing what makes a winning cake. You give a score, the head judge tells you, nope, way off. So for the next cake, you adjust, right? You start giving a little more importance or weight to the frosting, realizing it matters more than you first thought. And that is exactly what an AI does. For you, the weights are things like frosting or presentation. For an AI, it's just input A or input B. But the starting point is exactly the same, a totally random guess, just waiting to be adjusted based on feedback. But here's where the computer has a superpower: scale. You might judge, what, a dozen cakes in an afternoon? An AI runs that same guess, get feedback, adjust, loop, millions, even billions of times. It just keeps tweaking those weights over and over again until the whole system gets the right answer almost every time.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But this isn't some abstract theory. It's already working all around you, every single day. Let's look at where you're already seeing this in action.
You know when you unlock your phone with your face? That's a model built on weights. It's learned from all your selfies which weights to turn up for the shape of your nose or your eyes. Or think about a self-driving car. It's using weights to instantly decide that a certain shape, moving in a certain way, equals pedestrian, so it hits the brakes. And when you hear about open weights models, that just means someone is sharing the exact file of all those learned numbers, the AI's brain, for anyone to use. So why does any of this matter to you? Well, because understanding this one concept, weights, is kind of the key to cutting through the hype and actually getting what's going on with AI.
So now, the next time you see a headline with some crazy number, you'll know exactly what it means. That word, parameter, it's really just the technical term for one of those little adjustment knobs. A 70 billion parameter model is just an AI with 70 billion of these weights, all tuned to work together. It's basically a measure of how complex its brain can be. And if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this: the weights aren't just storing information, they are the learned knowledge itself. This huge collection of numbers is the AI's brain. It's the sum of everything it's learned. And get this idea has some pretty fascinating side effects. It explains why it's so incredibly hard for an AI to just unlearn one thing. See, all the weights are connected, so changing one to make it forget something can throw the entire system out of whack. It's like trying to retune one single violin while the entire orchestra is still playing a symphony. Which leads us to the big question we want to leave you with. If these weights are the model's knowledge, what does it really mean when that knowledge, an entire AI's brain, can be copied, downloaded, and shared around the world with a single click? Something to think about.